Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 16. I'm trying out something new today. We're talking about synthetic ice. And before I get into it, I do the show every Monday and Thursday. So be sure to stay tuned on those days. Also, be sure to give this podcast a, a 5-star rating and also share it with all your friends and anyone that's interested in hockey. So, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I definitely wanted to go over synthetic ice. With the season just a few days away, I thought to myself, there are many people that could benefit from a home rink, but they don't, but they live in the South. They live in Maryland where the ponds don't freeze enough. They live in the Midwest, even though it gets cold enough there a lot. You get down to Kansas and there's not enough ice. What I do think we're going to see more of is synthetic rinks and now typically they are uh built with these 18-inch by 18-inch tiles. They can they certainly are a little harder to skate on, and some of them are self-lubricating, like the I think it's ProGlide that is that does that. I can bring up my notes here. Yeah. Now, typically they're sold in a box of 10 tiles. So that's about 180 inches if you're going to do this in a square. So 180 inches. Uh, yeah. And I'm about 71 inches. Um, yeah, 18-inch by 18. Yeah, 71 inches tall. So all right, we'll just round this up to 6 feet. So that's 72. Uh, and and then 140. Then yeah. So you're looking about 15 feet, maybe 15, 16 feet for a distance, but you would still have enough to work on your footwork and just do the little hockey stops and just little C cuts going back can really just help generate that backward skating as well. But above all, just working on your stick handling, it flows like ice. I think I think the only real exception is that it's not actually ice. When you do skate on it and when you do it enough, you will have to sweep it up. Uh, with ProGlide, I think some of it's self-lubricating, but just be sure that to sweep that up when you do. All right, let me go back to the notes. Best coefficient levels, um, as well. Now, typically this ranges from a hundred. This is $180 for 180 inches. So about $1 per square inch. Yeah, $1. And if there's 10 tiles, or about $1 per square foot rather. That makes uh about a lot of sense. I think, yeah. All right, 180 inches. And if the price tag is 180 or 179.99, yeah, about yeah. I geez, I can't think straight right now. It's still like the 8 o'clock hour. Um, but it's really cheap. I do think, and if you want to get like a set of three, you can certainly add more to it, and you get up to about 48 feet with that. Yeah, and yeah, these are 18-inch tiles too. So you're going to have it's going to be about a foot. Yeah, it's going to be a foot and a half with everything. And if you have small kids and you don't want to spend money on the rink to go there and pay $15 or sometimes even $20 to the rink every weekend, yeah, you're going to save money with this. So let's do a little math here. And I'm going to pull up my calculatora here once I give you guys the chance. So let's say it's $20 times, and we have, and we just go for 50 weekends, just 50 times. Okay, you're looking at $1,000 with that. Even if I take this down to about 15, which is like the lowest I've seen so far after inflation, times 50, $750. And you could be paying 180 and multiply that by 3, and that's going to be by it's only going to be about $540 per the set too. So if you have the land space at your house, I definitely recommend getting this thing. And yes, maybe you have to put up some boards from Home Depot and just get that going for like a mini rink outside. But guess what? You're going to have it all season round. You're not going to have to worry about maintenance issues. And if there's like a fire at the rink, which that actually did happen, by the way, in Palm Beach County, one of the rinks was damaged, and it took months for them to get it back. You're not going to have to worry about that, like a system malfunction. It comes in a box too, and all you have to do is like sweep it up too, and also sometimes it's self lubricating too, as well. Some of them are too, and that also just keeps its flow as well. It keeps it fresh. I don't know how to describe synthetic ice exactly, but there's that. Wearing the old Columbus Blue Jackets shirt as well, and I'll adjust the camera. So let's keep it going. So I'm on. So the one product I'm looking at right now is one synthetic ice. As well, you've got Polyglide ice. You've got Hockey Shot, which is also, I think that also does it as well. And you've got synthetic ice towels, the Super Pack from Polyglide. So this is about, so this one, so sometimes you'll get a Super Pack too. You have 32 square feet of ice surface per box prior to assembly, which is pretty big, but that's about 700. But some of these are like much larger too. I mean, it's, if anything, it's kind of like Legos as well. Yeah, so because you can you can piece it together too, and that's nice. Now some things are a little different, so I guess some companies are not gonna, it's not interchanging. It's not like a chain, like a traditional chain, like you can just add on pieces. But I'm on Polyglide ice now, and the features are the starter kit includes 4 individual panels, which each measures out to a 1/4 inch thick, 24 inches height, and on one side, and then 48 inches on the other. So imagine a 48 by 24 rectangle, or 24 by 48 rectangle as well, and that would give you about a few feet. So yeah, and then there's like 96 of that. So yeah, so you're looking at about 4 times 4 feet. So yeah, that's going to be about 16 feet. So some deals are going to be better than the others. I'm on yeah, so this right here is too. Um, yeah, yeah. So I do think yeah. So yeah. So the cheapest thing I've found here is the self lubricating um tiles and as well. So 18 inches. Uh, Now some of these things have to be a little wider, so it. I guess take it with what it is what I'm trying to say. Now let's talk. Now I do think we will see leagues, or we're going to see more outdoor rinks with synthetic ice. In some cities, for holiday specials, they don't do ice because it's probably a lot to maintain it too, and you need a refrigeration unit, or it's got to be like -5 degrees Fahrenheit in order to maintain it. And why would you want to keep all this around too? I think I do hope that we do see more synthetic rings, even if it's and it is a great alternative as well, to ice. You don't need to worry about the ZAM driver. You don't need to worry about um, you know, slipping and falling on the ice. And you can walk on it too with shoes too. And it's not it and it's just and you're not really gonna slip and fall on that. It's just as well. I mean, you still could, but I mean, it's not like ice. It's not as slippery as ice. And ice is really difficult to walk on. It is like I've walked on it as an assistant coach, and I don't like it. I would always rather be on skates. And we do that to look presentable because we have a certain attire we need to keep up when we're coaches. A little bit of a side note there. But yeah, there's that. Um, for if you have a basement, um, actually can't show you all of this right now of what I have in this bedroom right here, but if you have a basement that's I guess you could do um maybe you get something that's like 30 feet long or 32 feet long, and then you have it like maybe 16 feet long because I've seen like some big basements in my day. You get that you get that and you kind of like just maintain it in a certain way. You can certainly have you can work on your stick handling, you can work on your shot, you can do so much of that, and you're not dependent on the rink. Or also, here's another thing that I forgot to mention: travel teams coming in and out of your rink and taking up your ice time or potential stick and puck time of when you can work on it. And $15 per session, that adds up. So if you go 4 times in a month, that's $60. That's more than some gym fees. I mean, think about it too. I think um you know I think it's definitely would be better to actually just go get some land. You know, if you have the land, I think you need to consider this as well. And then there's the issue of rain too. The issue of rain. I did I, yeah, it doesn't really damage it as well. I think if there's like a hurricane or something, yeah, please bring that in. You do not want those pieces flying around. Snow doesn't really damage it. Um, as well, I'm gonna look some things up right now. Okay, synthetic ice towels in rain. Okay. Synthetic ice can get wet and remain wet, so there's that. You can skate on it without drying it off first. I still say just wait for that to dry, just because the entire design of it was meant to be dried for the most part. Um, if it gets dirty due to rain, you should clean it first. And Polyglide's tiles and panels can withstand any weather, but you should definitely take them in if there's like a huge windstorm or there's like a hurricane or tornado or something. Please take those in. You do not want them flying around, and you don't want to lose about 180, $200 worth of a product. Now let's talk about the treadmills. So I've seen like Sidney Crosby or Ovechkin or someone work with like this synthetic treadmill, and they are strapped to the harness and everything. And oh my God, that is hard. Like you got to be on your game, right, with that. And like you have to stay sharp. You can't afford any mistakes. Like you trip on that thing, like you're gonna go, like there's a reason why we have a harness for that. We're gonna see more of that, and hopefully one day we see this more affordable too. And I can't wait for like that to actually happen when we get the chance to see that. I do really hope that we get to a point where we are kicking, where we can actually just have that as well. And also you can put that in a gym too. You can put that in a gym. And that's something else. Yeah. There's that. So to continue on with the synthetic ice treadmill, you can actually purchase one for like 25 grand. I'm like, but don't do that. Don't do that. Stick to the tiles. You like for $200, or even if you go to 600 and you know you're going to be playing hockey for years to come, like you've already established, like you like this sport, that's a much better investment to put it in your basement than than to just buy a $25,000 treadmill too. I mean, unless you're going to rent that out, or you're actually, or you actually will have some ROI on that somehow, it's not worth it. Like, I mean, like, and even the NHL players don't have those in their homes. Most of them don't anyway. There's a lot. They would rather be spending that 25 grand putting, for a down payment on their new mansion. But yeah, I mean, like that. Some of them do have synthetic ice in their backyards, and remember when synthetic ice is something that has been invented, and it's probably it gives roller hockey and roller skaters a run for their money too, when you actually have this thing there. And if you've ever tried stopping on rollerblades, it's not easy too. um an actual ice skate has been around for over 100 years. I mean, the steam engine, or since the steam engine was running. I do definitely think that we're going to be moving in this direction. And think about it. To maintain an ice rink, it's not good. It's not going to be profitable. It's going to be about as profitable as a gas station. It's incredibly difficult to turn a profit there. And snacks are expensive too. But they make most of their money actually with the $15 per person. I once had the rink all to myself one time, and I'm never going to get that experience again, unless I actually go out and purchase that, or I just get lucky again. But I don't think I'm going to get that lucky again. I'm going to get, I do think I'll wind up purchasing something and getting some land when the time is right. I do think I'll get that. I do think I'll get there. And yeah, it's it's something special. All right, I do want to go out on a little bit on a high note here. Um with the roller rinks, I do suggest that maybe they transform to synthetic ice, and then you can have games all year round. You can do figure skaters can certainly work on this. But it's been really big in the hockey community with synthetic ice because we have to work so much harder than most football players too. I mean, it's if football players got out on the ice, they'd struggle too. And and just shooting that, the puck on that ice, you're not gonna be worrying about street stick stuff, and you don't have to really be moving in a certain direction. You can certainly bend your knees and then face towards the net, the same way you would on ice, on real ice. We will get, yeah. So a lot of upsides to synthetic ice. You can do so much with it too. You can make it an Olympic size rink. I guess that would put maybe that would be $2,000, but even still, it would be cheaper than most rings too. And you can certainly, and I do hope that there is an ice house that actually does that, or a synthetic. But ice will always have have something special with it. Also, remember, if you do purchase it, you've got a lot. You can do a lot with like 400 something dollars, or 360, or like 500 something dollars, like like $520, doing like 180 times, that would be 360, about $540. And it certainly beats the weekends even as well. So there's that. Okay. All right. So if you like this podcast, please be sure to rate this 5 stars on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you may be listening to this. Also, write me a little review on iTunes as well. Just let me know what you think of this show, as well. And also head over to Substack. The link for that will be in the show notes. And over there, I have special bonus episodes for paid members, and I've got articles too for free. That anyone can read. Just send me your email address, and you can read some of my articles too. Others are behind a paywall, but I release both free and paid articles, and for bonus episodes, those are also behind a paywall. So so some free stuff there to get you for any hockey fan. And if you like what you heard here, just please be sure to share it with a friend. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone.